Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to Brick Rigs. I'm just here in the garage, going to be showing off some more of my creations. Starting off with this thing. So yeah, I got a request from someone a while before this to make a NASCAR, but since I don't do NASCAR, nor do I have any interest in actually trying to make any sort of NASCAR creations, I decided to do this as a sort of appeasement, as it were. So this is a 1930s themed truck along with a trailer for the 1930s race cars, and I decided to do some of the ideally more popular, as it were, but more of the sort of what would be the elite racers, as it were, the sort of Lewis Hamiltons of the Brick Rig 1930s race car scene. And that was for the Spitfire, which is the first one that I did, because the Spitfire was the first sort of elite race car that I did with all of the chrome on it. So yeah, I basically sort of created this whole thing. I think I actually took the base chassis from the vans that I made, and I sort of converted them. So as you can see, you've got the front bumper here with the number plate on it, which has got Spitfire. You've got indicators on the side. You've got some light cylinders there. Then you have got the chrome grills. You've got a little top on the top of the bonnet. There we go. Got the number 72 printed all over it, so that you know it belongs to car number 72. Exposed mudguards, of course, with the little hubcaps. Then you've got some little handles for the car handles. None inside, unfortunately. I didn't add them. But yeah, so you've got the gear stick, you've got the steering wheel. Got a nice oak wood interior. Coming to the back, you've got, of course, the hook for the trailer. Down here, you've got some reverse lights. You've got the other number plate for the truck. You've got some tail lights, brake lights, indicator light, same on the side. Coming back to the actual trailer, you've got some winches, which are just to secure the car in place. You've got 6 of them, 4 on the sides, 1 at the front, 1 at the rear. I did that the wrong way around. You've got a couple of spare wheels for the race car, for when it's actually in the race they can use it. For the pit crew, you've got toolbox for the car, any sort of running repairs that may need to be done, or indeed during the race they could always go and grab the tools and things. At the back, you've just got some you've just got a place for a couple of crew to stand for actually during the race. Should they need to get anything or do anything to the car, they can stand there and just sort of, or indeed to manoeuvre the car on or off even. And then for the back of the trailer, of course, you've got the brake light, tail light, warning light, reverse light, plus another number plate, and of course a single wheel at the back. And yeah, that's it. So you've then got little protective bars there. As you can see, let's look at this in the light. As you can see there, in fact, let's actually just change it back to that. So of course you've got the lights, which all work there. Got, of course, brake lights there, which all work on the car. Got reverse light underneath the trailer there and on there as well. Warning lights as well work on the car. If we just put it into light time, as you can see, nice and shiny. As for the view inside, this is what you've got for driving on the proper side, right? So you've got side mirrors on the side of the truck there. You've got a nice open space here. You've got the bonnet cap there. You've got you've got the rear window of the van should it be disconnected. But other than that, yeah, it sort of drives around perfectly fine. Yeah, no problems with it actually driving. I mean, it'll go at a pace as far as the van engine goes. You can, of course, disconnect the trailer from it and just use the van. However, of course, bit of problem actually trying to get the whole trailer hooked back on. But it does look very nice with the silver mudguards, and it sort of also fits in. As you can see, yeah, a bit of a problem with the trailer. But yeah, it does fit in with the number 72 car theme, which is, of course, nice polished chrome, as it were. If I actually get out the actual race car itself, as you can see, if I can actually, stop this thing from rolling. For some reason it decided to do that after crashing into the back there. Strange. Yeah, if I just take the car here and position it, there's also a 72 on the top there, just so that you know, in case it wasn't already aware to you. But there you go. So it would sort of sit on there like so. You would then grab the tow hooks, make sure that they're tight there, and again on that one. Grab this one, attach it to the front of the car, if it'll let you. That'll do. Make sure that's tight on there. Can of course jump onto the back of the thing with a bit of effort. There we go. To assist with that. Tighten it all up. Okay, not quite where I wanted it. That's attached to the exhaust, but it'll do. And there you go. That's now secure onto your trailer. And yeah, you can just sort of transport the race car to the race destination. Of course, the idea is that you would use some sort of ramp to assist getting the car on, or something, or perhaps a crane. But in lack of it, you can just free cam onto it, like I did there. Fortunately, the wheels and things do tend to collide like so, but it works perfectly well. Slamming on the brakes, so long as you've got it properly secured, yeah, nothing can go wrong with it. So that is the 1930s truck and trailer for the Spitfire, and then I created another one after that for the Golden Dart, because I thought, why not have one without the other? So on the front here, in the same colour scheme as the Golden Dart, which is of course chrome and gold. Same sort of truck, slightly changed. The front bonnet is slightly more streamlined, as is the top of the thing, I believe. Some things have been left as chrome, for example, the front headlights and warning lights, and of course the front number, the front bumper. However, for the most part, it's all been changed into gold. You've got the wheel hubs have been changed to these silver mudguards, hubcaps. Yeah, 20 written on the side there, on the front. Inside, the interior has been changed to pine, just to fit with the gold slightly better, rather than the oak, and also to make it slightly different. The guards on the actual trailer have been changed to chrome. It's actually had to be elongated because the Golden Dart, if you remember, does have protruding exhausts out the back of the Golden Dart, which is one of its characteristics. So for the actual race car, you've got the same sort of spare wheels on the back. You've got the Golden Dart. Both of the trailers have got the team name, as it were, the Golden Dart, or the Spitfire written onto it, along with brackets showing the number, the race number. So you've got tools on there. Coming down to the back here, you've got another set of spare tools. Also, a couple more spare wheels, one with a hubcap, on it. So, yeah. As for the layout of the trailer, unchanged, or for the actual truck itself. But as for the trailer, got these little wheel guards that just sort of sit across the top here, which is just a nice little feature. You've got on there, you've got the race name or the race number again with that, so you've got the 20 there. That's actually a rather useful guide as to where the front wheels should be in order to stop the car colliding with anything when it's on the trailer. As for the back, yep, entirely unchanged. It's just the fact that all of the black bits have been changed to chrome, and all the chrome bits have been changed to gold, and with some slight modifications. But yeah, same sort of deal. It drives perfectly well, even though it has got the extra wheel on the back. If I get out the Golden Dart, you will see that it works in entirely the same way. Where is the Golden Dart? I have lost the Golden Dart. That's not good. It's in here somewhere. There it is, Golden Dart. So there we go. Here is, of course, the Golden Dart, which we all know and love. if we then position this just right, there we go. So that's now positioned onto the trailer, as you can see, and once again, if we just pick it up, make sure that all of the things have been put on properly. Oh, that's not quite where I wanted to put it. I wanted to put it actually on the chassis itself. There we go. Up. Okay, not quite. Up. There, that'll do. There you go, onto there. Oh, not that. Pick up this. Boop. Okay, not quite. Okay. That'll do. Make it so that we can see the rope. Make sure that it's all tight on there. And again on there. And one more onto the front of the race car. That'll do. And so yeah, once again, you can just attach the golden dart simply onto the truck, and away you drive to your next race, or indeed to the garage where the car will remain for further improvements and whatnot. Make sure that we're driving on the right side. Yeah, as for the interior, as you can see the nice rounded bonnet. You've got, of course, the side mirrors, see out the back, etc, etc. As you can see, driving demonstration works perfectly well. The extra wheels are simply to give it slightly better stability. Fortunately, the golden dart has slipped off slightly, but it's still perfectly fine onto the trailer. I didn't take a very good line there for actually driving the truck, but still, yeah. And then once you're actually at your destination, oh dear, that golden dart's sitting off there. That's not that good. But yeah, once you actually get to the destination, yada yada, you can take it off. You can take it off, etc, etc. I did not put that on properly. Oh well. You get the idea. You can transport it, whatnot. And yeah, that was just some appeasement trailers, as it were, but still, they are no doubt very nice build. Perfect for transporting the cars, and they do, of course, work very well as a two-set. There. Now, the next thing that I want to show is something which no doubt some people have been waiting for quite a while, and that is another Vertibird. If we all remember, I built some Vertibirds. As you can see, here is the version 1 of the Vertibirds with this big helicopter arrangement up the top, which was to help it fly because it was simply the easiest thing to do. However, I had been working on something else afterwards to try and get rid of that big old helicopter area on top. And this is version 2 of the Vertibird, only named version 2 because of the different things which I did for... Come on, why hasn't that? There you go, that'll do. Yeah, only named that because of the new flying layout. As for the actual Vertibird itself, unchanged apart from some extra control surfaces on it in order to assist with flying, because of course we do not have the benefit of having helicopter controls. However, this one definitely works. I also, as you will note, changed the I also actually fixed the undercarriage. It now actually sits up on its own, whereas the other one didn't. Unfortunately, for some reason it likes to rock until it does that. It sort of kills itself. But as you can hear from that, it has got rocket engines in order to help it fly. Yes, no more helicopter motors for us. Oh dear. That could have gone badly. Yeah, so no more helicopter engines for us. We have instead got rocket motors to help propel us through the air and further assist the Commonwealth. As you can see, it does have a bit of problem with flying because the control scheme is slightly messed up. I didn't do it properly. However, yeah, no more helicopter engines. Woohoo! No, down we go. That's an engine gone. Yeah, slightly more difficult to control than the previous Vertibird. However, once you do get the hang of it, and once I actually fix those control surfaces, because I've messed them up completely. Yeah, I've messed up those control surfaces big time. But yeah, it flies. It's just the same Vertibird. It's just got rocket engines to propel it through the air instead of normal ones. As for the actual controls, it's W SAD to fly. The rocket engine's propelled by W. You roll the Vertibird with A and D. It's view, yaw, and view pitch. So moving your mouse will move those rear tails. So that's sort of like the rudder things. Unfortunately, you can't fly at an exact straight angle like that, because otherwise it plummets to the ground. Because, well, the thing about the Vertibird is, oh dear, that we're going to crash. Yeah, the thing about the Vertibird is that the propellers are towards the front of the Vertibird rather than to the mid, to help balance it out, because of course this is a fictional aircraft, never designed to actually be flown in real life, or even built in real life, but in Brick Rigs anything is possible, and I built several Vertibirds. But yeah, that's the only problem. Pitch is how you move the those things. By those things I mean the actual wings. So as you can see, this is me using pitch. Pitch is how you do that. The propellers are still only for show, which is just the only thing to note. They are only for show. They don't actually do anything. Those are simple, something like 8 or 10 by 1. Okay, that's rocket engines exploding. Yeah. As you can see, they still move. They're still attached to throttle control, so this is me holding S, so they're spinning backwards, spinning forwards, and of course the rocket motors propel them. Pressing Alt will not do anything. Oh no, pressing Alt and using pitch will rotate the wings back, as you can see. And yeah, that looks quite good, until it fell over. Yeah. But yeah, that is the second generation of the Vertibird, if you want to call it that. And yeah, it's just, yeah, it works to a degree. Not as stable, unfortunately, as the helicopter Vertibird, but that is the only problem with using something other than a helicopter engine to use basically what is a VTOL aircraft. I am also trying out one with actual propellers, trying to make it legit propeller powered. But again, I've just got to fiddle with that until it works. The final thing that I want to show is here we go, a futuristic tank. Now this is something which I tried making because, you know, glowing blocks are fun, but it uses these racing wheels just to make them look cool. That's just using light blue glow bricks. These things are light bricks, and they use the running lights because, you know, running lights are fun, so those just sort of go along the length. You've got a couple of these wings which stick out to make it look, well, interesting. You've got this whole thing at the back here is just using various coloured glow bricks. So you've got red, you've got yellow, you've got red again, yellow again, you've got orange, there we go. You got dark red glowing bricks at the back there. And under here reveals, in here somewhere, is an electric motor. There you go, an e-motor sitting right in there. That's to give it power. It also makes it silent running to make it feel like it's, you know, hover powered or something, or using some sort of uber futuristic. Then you've got these side glowing blue bricks, which just make it look nice. Then you've got these couple of things here. Don't know what these things actually are. I just thought they were interesting to put on. The entire thing is made out of gold because it has got the highest density, therefore the highest damage resistance. And I've done some tests with my friend, and yes, it does have a very high damage resistance. So yeah, that's always fun. In order to protect the interior passengers, you've got basically exterior cameras. If I head in here, this is the driver's cockpit. Very bright, very glowy, very confusing. You've got an artificial horizon sort of thing here, which would be like a computer screen, which would, or indeed a hologram projection screen, which would reveal the scene in front of you. So this is meant to be the sky, this is meant to be the grass or the ground, and then this is sort of like your targeting thing, just so that it identifies sort of hostile targets coming in and whatnot. And then you've got a variety of buttons and things. You've got some levers, you've got some dials, all sorts of things, hazard things for in case you get damaged. That would sort of, you know, beep 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 sort of thing. You got all sorts of things which would light up ideally, and yeah, just this is the driver's cockpit using tungsten as the seat base, and all sorts of things like that. Down here you've got the gunner's position, because of course the gunner has to be protected, so he's also in the hull protected. These things are basically ammunition. You've got the gunner's position is here, black tungsten. Let me actually change that to default tungsten, or no coloured tungstens, just so that you can see it better. And then you've got a couple of these things. These are sort of like buttons, fire buttons. You've got various, well, you've got a lever, you've got various buttons. You've again got a artificial horizon sort of thing. Targeting matrix. You've got range finding, crosshair sort of thing there, which is all just things to make it look futuristic / modern / interesting. And yeah, it's a nice gunner's position. I do like it. This is supposed to be sort of like extra ammo stowage. So these things are meant to be like plasma. These things are meant to be like sort of plasma shells, as it were. So you've got a variety of plasma shells. You've got standard blue, and then you've got orange, which would be like either high explosive or armor piercing sort of plasma, in plasma terms at least. So yeah, these are just sort of like big old things that you would see in like Star Wars or something. Just really big shells just filled with plasma or something, or ions, depending on what you want to call it. And yeah, then those would sort of get passed up here. Ideally there would be a space in there, a gap, where one of the loaders, which actually sit in here, would go. So you've got interior lighting for the loaders, just so the loaders can see. You've got 2 seats here. Don't know why they're still black. I should change them back. There you go. And then if I can avoid actually like doing that, thanks, don't do that. You've got some spare shells up here for the gunners to use primarily, so you've got a row of them back here. You've got 2 of them down that side, 2 of them down that side. This would be the breech, obviously, so the breech would be there, glowing, of course. Well, yeah, glowing because everything futuristic glows. You've got a couple of antennas which obviously glow. As for the actual turret, it uses lots of sloping. All of it made in gold except for the glow blocks, which are of course in glowing. So you've got some more glowing light blue there, got some more like glowing light blue there with a sort of tapered turret backs thing, which makes it look cool. This would of course be the gunner's sight at the top of the gun. And now we come to the gun itself. This is what it looks like from the front before you actually take it outside the garage. So you've got the main barrel here, which you sort of need, but this would be where the plasma would sort of be hyper accelerated, as it were. So in sci-fi terms, as it were, you would load the plasma canister into the back of the gun breech. It would go in there. When you needed to fire, the gunner would fire. The plasma would get shot through here into the particle hyper accelerator through the acceleration matrix itself. Because if you don't know, the particle hyperaccelerator is simply the name of the tube which the particles fly through. The actual hyperacceleration matrix is this thing which actually spins. This central thing spins. So you've got 4 of these tubes which have got running lights on them of various colours to show. It starts off in dark blue for the sublight particles, and then as it speeds up you've got light blue, and then it comes into the hyperacceleration area, and then it becomes supercharged basically. Flies out, red, like dark red coming through here. Then in here you've got the this is what would basically well, these things basically just give it the colour, basically to help you track the shot. So it's the same effect as a tracer. These just simply colourize the particles as they discharge from the particle hyperaccelerator out, and then these are just capped off with a cone. The whole turret can traverse quickly. It's a quick traverse to make sure that you can track targets quickly, along with a quick gun elevation and depression as well. As for the actual depression and things, I don't know. There you go. It can go down, depress down to -15 with a 20 gun elevation. If we get out into the battle itself, as you can see, this thing spins. Yeah, it's a spinning barrel. Just because, and then of course it looks far better in night time. As you can see, lots of nice glowing area. I think the back of the engine is one of the bits that I'm most happy about. However, the gun did take a while to do. All of this glowing, as you can see. So you've got sort of like the 4 main prongs which come out from the turret. You've got the glowing particle hyperacceleration matrix, hyperacceleration matrix, and then yeah, the main barrel itself, as it were. deionization focal points coming into the end of the particle hyperacceleration tube. And yeah, it looks cool. As for the view from the gunner's perspective, as you can see, here we go. Very quick traverse, very quick gun depression, make sure that you can track your targets far away. Decent zoom scope on it. There's the view from the front, so as you were driving, this is the exterior camera that you would use. This is what it looks like for when you're in the driver's position. Unfortunately, the light penetrates for some reason. Why is my turret constantly spinning? I don't know. Very strange. But yeah, so that's the view inside. Plenty of things to do all that with. Here's the gunner's position. As you can see, buttons for shooting and all of that. Spare canisters coming up top. You've got loaders positions. As you can see, there's the gun. Yeah, it looks badass when you're actually sitting here. But if we head back down here and actually shoot this thing, and if we fire, bang, there you go, off goes the shot. Slightly wobbly, unfortunately, but if we fire again, you can just about see the see the shot going. Also, something else that I want to note is that there is actual recoil for this, which does make sense, really, but due to the fact that this uses basically canisters as the shot rather than pure energy, you can sort of understand the reasoning there as it ejects the spent canister. But as you can see, yeah, there's actual recoil. The way that I've done this is just with some oh, where are they? I had them a minute ago. Under here, there we go. These things, basically just actuators, the ones which go in and out, pistons, as it were, effectively, and those are just fixed up to the gun, so that when you fire, they will push back. Even if you simply click, by that time it has done the shot effect, and yeah, working recoil. And that is my futuristic tank. Highly protective, very quick traverse, decent gun elevation, look at that. Yeah, just everything. Covered turret, pointy turret, quick on the move as well. As you can see, quicker than any sort of modern or pre-modern main battle tank. As you can see, acceleration, zoom, fire on the move, bang. You use Alt to actually traverse the turret. Left click obviously to shoot, or Action 1 in whatever your equivalent is. And yeah, off we go. If we take the jump at the max speed, which is about 51 miles per hour, boing, boing, nearly undamaged. Obviously the wheels have, well, the tyres have popped. The glow blocks have come off because they do have a lower damage resistance. Somehow, some of the interior cockpit has popped out of the armour, which is actually unscathed. If we change it to here, as you can see, yeah, the armour undamaged. There's hardly any of the actual armour off. Some of the gun is missing, unfortunately, but that won't affect the gun, as you can see. Yeah, those are the most recent things that I've made. I'll leave you with this futuristic tank. All of these things you can find on my Steam workshop if you do want them. And yeah, I'll thank you for watching, and goodbye.